Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rowan. I will be your reader today. My job here is to be a spiritual helper to those of you who feel connected to the ancestors, animal spirits, plant spirits, and giving back to the earth and humanity at this time in history. My goal is to help those of you who have been going through spiritual warfare, who want to give back or maybe don't know how to use your gifts. That's what I'm here for. So let's go ahead and get into this energy today. Please don't forget to use any of the buttons on your screen to support the channel. It really, really helps. Appreciate you guys. Alright, so what we have here is social media. We have a card with a chalk outline. I'm not going to say the word because YouTube don't like that. And then I have a card with elderly people. So with this chalk outline card, I feel like this is symbolic for you guys, and this has to do with kind of losing yourself in a situation. With old people here and social media, I actually feel like this has to do with you giving into external or societal pressures a lot in your life, and you might be seeking yourself in a different way. I feel like in the past you were running from one thing to another over and over again. Sorry, the lighting in here is a little bit dark, but I don't like to read under heavy lights. But you've been running back and forth from one thing to another for a long time. You might have made a lot of commitments that were like extremely, I'm hearing forced. Like people may have been pursuing you in order to do certain things. Some of you might have even had children at a young age and sort of just had to take care of your child and not really like focus on yourself in that way. And Spirit is saying this is a time to reconsider yourself, which is an interesting way to put that. There's a need here to let go and kind of free fall into this new energy, because I feel like other people have been taking the wheel for you in the past in your life. Not directly necessarily, but there's been, for some of you, there's been a lot of coercion. For others, this has been way more of a mental, emotional, societal thing where you were just like, oh, I'm supposed to do this, so I have to do it in this order. I have to structure my life this way because that's what you do. And you're moving out of that energy now. The reason that this is important at this time is because it has to do with eliminating guilt. I feel like this group guilt trips yourself a lot. You might have come from a very coercive control type of religious background, especially different forms of Christianity, especially Catholicism. Something like this here where there's just a lot of like, oh, it's something bad is happening because you don't have favor with the group, or you're doing the wrong thing, you're a sinner, you don't have favor with the divine, and it just simply doesn't work that way. I think that there's a disconnect from real life with a lot of the people that you might have been getting advice from or were socialized around. There's a lot of class warfare type stuff going on here as well. Like you might have a different experience than your peers in terms of like having enough to eat, having financial security, being able to procure the right job, or knowing what to do in those situations where everybody around you might have been just given those things in a different way because mom and daddy had connections or whatever. There's that kind of energy. There's a real disconnect between the reality that you were told about versus the reality you're living. Within the world, not of the world. So this is definitely you here. This is an energy of just really, I'm going to move this forward just a little bit here and see if I can get some light on this. There's this real energy of not knowing what the right thing is and sort of giving up in a way. Big, bold vision here tells me that you are somebody who has really gone through a lot, but you've always been a thinker. You've always been a dreamer. And this might have been squashed in you, but it never went away. You have a different style than a lot of the people around you as well. Like the person in this card has really cool makeup, very unique makeup, unique tattoos, very connected to the bugs as well. So there might be a connection for you guys with bumblebees or beetles, especially scarabs. Scarabs reflect this energy of eternal life and not giving up. So like there's this inner child spirit in you, I'm being told, that just, I'm hearing won't die, because there have been people who wanted to get rid of this inner child part of you that was always questioning everything. It was always like, well, why would we do it that way? That doesn't logically make sense. Why are we doing this? Who would want this? You know, and just kind of like presenting a different viewpoint to people around you. And it's like, you weren't allowed to do that. I am seeing a Bible as I'm saying this. This obviously isn't for everybody. I'm reading for a big group of people here. Probably goes without saying if you've seen readings before, but take what resonates. But there's definitely this energy of just being the odd one out, for sure. And needing to revisit this and see in what ways you're still holding this guilt in your body. We've dreamed a big, beautiful dream here. And this card talks a lot about grids, which is interesting. There's like a crystal grid in the card, or ley lines that go around the earth. You might be a grid worker, and either you haven't awakened to this yet, or you haven't been able to do it a lot. So for those of you who don't know, ley lines are just a term for the natural energy currents of the world. So if you're familiar with acupuncture, this would be the idea of nadis, which are like the chi points in the body. It's like a little roadway that your energy goes through in order to get where it's supposed to go, to get to the chakras. And I really think that this group would have a much better experience with yourself if you grounded into the earth more often and plugged into these energy lines. So you might be somebody who would benefit a lot from gardening, or just kind of doing something physical outside. Even running for some of you can tap you into the grid lines. Any kind of like outdoor physical activity. Swimming for some of you. Climbing trees for somebody here. And it's like you've gotten further and further away from this because life happens, right? But seeing the true you is telling me that there's this need to get back outside. And to get back to that older version of you that knew what to do to tap into the earth. Because whenever you tap into these grid lines in the earth, I really feel like they're going to flush out a lot of the other people's energy that you absorbed as a child. Because the thing is, on an energetic level, a lot of these coercive control structures, whether it's religion, just socializing in like an institutional type environment in some way, whatever it is, even for some people, families that are just really high control or really chaotic and like structured in a strange way. Shout out chaos families, right? It's great. It's going to be important for you guys to plug into the earth and let these energies flush out of you. They go through the bottoms of your feet, so you might want to do a salt cleanse for your feet regularly. Some of you might even have issues with athlete's foot, aching feet, nail issues with your feet. It's kind of gross, but like there's some kind of physical issue here that might be happening for some of you with your feet. Even like plantar pain. There's something here about like a physical manifestation of just needing to release this energy and plug back in. Now, in order to do this, you do not have to actually go bare feet on the earth. You don't want worms out here, right? So you don't have to do that, especially if you live in a city. All you have to do is, even inside your house, like take the time to imagine opening up your crown and letting like a white light of molten white light, right? Like some kind of liquid, like go through your crown and flush out your entire body and run down through the insides of your feet back to the earth. And once you are plugged into the earth, you'll know by feeling this, like this physical exhale. It'll be like a physical relief comes over you. It usually does make people exhale. So you can really tap into that in order to release that. If you're really struggling around your feet, and you're connected with crystals, you can use jasper. You can use, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the word. It's a red crystal. I'll put it in the comments. I'm so sorry, guys. Starts with a C. Carnelian. Oh my goodness. You can use carnelian or jasper. Bumblebee jasper is good too, in order to like help release this energy. Also garden quartz, which is this like green and white type crystal, is really, really good for that. So that'll help you guys out a lot. You can even use obsidian if you want. It's a more intense energy, but it'll be good. But doing a salt scrub on your feet is a really great way to help release that energy. Even if you don't have salt or for whatever reason and you're in the shower, just like mentally set the intention. You can even say it out loud that as you're scrubbing, all of these energies external to you are coming off of you. Because for a lot of you, you have this internal question mark that comes up every time you start to make a decision. It's like, are you sure that's the right thing? And that's that disconnect between the inner child that's you uniquely, that you came into the world to be, and these external people who raised you, who indoctrinated you in whatever way. It's like an aspect of their energy has fragmented onto you, and you can scrub that off, and it's going to relieve a lot of the inner questioning, self-doubt, guilt tripping, because some of these energies are parasitic, okay? And this happens to everybody. You know, I get really fucking sick of these readers that are like, oh, you have to be pure and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's some weird white supremacist shit. Everybody picks up energies from everything, but you're never going to be 100% pure, right? This is like the idea of like a germaphobe existing in the world. There's natural germs that live on your body that help balance your body. It's the same idea with energies. Like, we have energies that are endemic to us that we need to be healthy and protected, and we have energies that are external to us. And you're never going to get rid of all energy from other things because you exist in a world. So please don't give in to that stuff and really let go of that idea, because a lot of that is Christianity light, and that can be coercive control as well. So we have power of attraction here. If you've been somebody that's going through this really long period of feeling kind of solitary or solipsistic, where you like are stuck in your own world and you can't seem to relate to anyone around you, so you hyper focus into your own energy and your own dream world or your own projects, whatever it is for you. Sorry about that, guys. My phone actually turned off by itself. So what I was saying is, if you're somebody that has been going through a period of internal focus, just know that the reason that people have been responding to you the way that you don't want, I guess, or if the wrong people have been coming to you, it's just because you haven't fully figured out what your authentic presentation is. There's something about the way you carry yourself, the way you dress, something external that is still reflecting the people that you were around before or the doctrines that you dealt with before, okay? So take your time and unpack those and really figure out what presenting in an authentic way looks like to you. It's going to feel uncomfortable at first, it's going to feel risky, and it's going to feel kind of stupid, okay? And the Jester card actually came out for that, which is right here. Let's see if I can... There we go. So it's called the Sacred Fool, and just know that the Fool always comes out as trickster energy. It's the number one in the tarot, because whenever you begin any new thing, it's gonna feel stupid, it's gonna feel silly, and you know, that's part of the learning process. So try to get out of any kind of perfectionism at this time, because once you're authentic, it's going to bring the people to you that you really want to be around. Once you do this release kind of ceremony every day, or this little ritual of just like clearing yourself and tapping into the earth grid, that's going to get rid of all the fragmentary energy from others that might be still stuck to you and that people are kind of subliminally picking up on, okay? So that's what I have for you guys. Again, please remember to use the buttons if you like this video. If you subscribe, thank you so much. And for those of you who are my returning viewers, you guys mean so much to me. Thank you so, so much for taking the time to watch. And just know that if you want a personal reading, I do offer those. They are on my website, Elderbeingsintuition.com. Be aware that I'm going to be offering Reiki and energy healing again soon. I'm really excited to come back to that. And yeah, I do animal communication readings for pets, and I also do personal readings that are way more specific than these, because I will be tapping into your unique energy. I do these as a recorded audio that I send to you as an MP4 in an email. The reason I do this instead of Zoom is because my internet here just isn't very good. It actually takes a really long time to upload these videos, so forgive me for that. I hope to eventually come back to that, but that's just where we are right now. If you have any questions or need help with anything else, you can always email me. My email is down below. All my contact info is there. I'm sending you guys so much love at this time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!